Happy Thanksgiving to all. Welcome into another episode of the Power Hour. This is the Thanksgiving Spectacular. Of course, as always, the urban sensation C Red is here. And of course, Pac Man, PX, P Trap. He's got so many nicknames.
Lots and lots of nicknames. They're
Hello,
growing by
Cat.
the
How are
day.
you today?
I'm good, Steve. How are you?
Of course, manning the pictures, driving into oblivion somewhere in this universe is the real deal Rion Skills. And our guests tonight are none other than the world famous, fabulous Workhorses.
I like that. I like that.
We have Big Flexi and we have Mikey, 2/3 of the Squared Circle Megastars Tag Team Champions. Congratulations on your title reign, boys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We also have to give a big shout out to Plank for coming in clutch in that match too.
Oh yeah, I can't forget about Plank.
Who is Clank?
Oh, let me go get him. I have him.
There's a thing called Clank, and he's going to get him. I can only imagine what this is. We got a lot to be thankful for, don't we, boys? Like, for me, I'm thankful for Drunk Red.
Okay.
Thankful I got to live through that. Is that Clank? What is that exactly?
It's a piece of wood.
It's like you're one of the Wyatt brothers or something.
We like hitting people with wood.
Are you bringing that wood to IPW on Sunday?
I mean, he is, I guess, our fourth member now, so maybe he'll probably be with us at ARW tomorrow as well.
And that's good. Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's get right to the heart of why I wanted to have you guys on the show. Well, I mean, the last couple of times you've been on the show, we haven't been on the best of terms. But it's a brand new day. It's the holiday season, giving thanks, forgiveness. So we're here to talk about your wonderful accomplishments and what you are doing tomorrow night in Lake Station as ARW presents its annual pre-Thanksgiving extravaganza called Black and Blue. So tell the kids what's going on with the Workhorses at ARW.
Well, Dave and we are going up against Murder City Inc., the tag team division of the family, JC, and what's his name? Murder Juice, Mike Morris. I think that's what they call him. I call him Bald Boy, so I don't really remember.
Come on, Mike's a good dude, man. Why you gotta be so?
Oh, he's bald. You know, Mike's dad is the biggest Workhorses fan ever. Dave and I have text messages from his dad claiming that he just wishes that we were his sons because Mike's an Bearsman. I mean, that's neither here nor
Well,
there.
maybe you could have Mike join the Workhorses. That would solve all the problems.
We don't let bald people in. But then Wade's going up against Dave Allen for the Indiana State title.
Did they have a rivalry? Is that something that's being perpetuated?
So I think it was like January, I want to say around there, beginning of the year, Dave faced Wade, and Wade's foot was underneath the ropes and the ref still counted a 3. I think the ref was Carl, and that kind of tells you all you need to know about that situation.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
But Dave Allen, he beat Dave and he beat myself last month, but the Workhorses always have a plan.
Nobody knows that more than I do. Nobody knows that better than I do. Before we get into everything that's going on, a big shout out to Tom Oakry and Kyle Cosentino of the Fourth Mother Box. Had a chance to listen to the episode that they just did. It's fun stuff. Pac-Man, you are the devil. You and Turtle are the devil, according to those boys.
I agree.
It all started from Wendy's, and I had nothing to do with it, and I was just
you should have just ate the spicy chicken sandwich and shut your mouth. That would have been the good advice, right?
I mean, it's a bit hot. It is a bit hot. I will
have a frosty and a smile and shut the fuck up. That would have been my advice to you.
That's something you got to tell Turtle, because apparently that's how that all started with him and Wendy's.
I mean, they I heard Travis doing a little back and forth on the latest episode of JFW. Tell the kids about that.
So, what did they do? So, I mean, Tom had said something about Travis. Travis wasn't really bothered by it. but basically had said something along the lines of like Steve being his mentor is like a backhanded compliment, but Travis didn't really care.
Travis doesn't care about a great many things. This much we know. Well, like I said, it's peace. It's a time of peace. It's the holiday season, goodwill toward men, etc. So I think you should bury the hatchet. I think you should invite the fourth mother box out for a Dutch baby session, and we can seal this with some fine breakfast pastry.
I mean, I still got that diss track coming. I don't know when that's coming, but it's coming.
You're a busy guy. We'll talk about that a little later on in the show. Now back to the Workhorses.
Yes.
As far as ARW, that is kind of like become your home promotion. I think I see you guys as advertised talent more there than anywhere else. Do you feel like that's home for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's not only is it like just the closest for us, but they just recently opened up a school in Lake Station, not too far away from the Legion, earlier this year. So it's become home in that sense, but also Chano, Joey Boom Boom, he is just a great guy, and he puts his faith in us, and we just have to do whatever we can to help him out. And yeah, so if we're scheduled at ARW, like we were talking with Joey for Rocket Pro, but a lot of the dates align with ARW, and for the meantime, like that is our home turf. And yeah, kind of.
Wait a minute, you were talking with Joey Roth about coming to Rocket Pro?
Yeah, at Squared Circle, he was talking about bringing us in to maybe mess with Pac-Man, and as we would love that, but we're busy, obviously. We're gonna take all of those titles tomorrow, so we won't have the free dates to do so.
Guys are living large and in charge. Red, what do you think about these Workhorses doing so well at ARW, and they're just everywhere?
I don't know about everywhere. We're only talking about 2 to 3 promotions, but again, I am surprised with the stiff competition at Square Circle that they walked away with the tag titles. Joey being the new general manager does shenanigans is the word we want to use. But ARW, I have nothing but great respect for Chano and the ARW crew.
Chano's a good dude.
He brought me in one time. But the crazy part is, like Mikey did hit upon, a lot of the dates when they say, hey, well, can you work? You're already booked somewhere, and it's like, well, I'm booked, so I can't get out of that program. But I will admit, you are right. Every time you see an ARW show, their faces are plastered somewhere on there. They're in some type of match, whether it's just one of them or all 3 of them, or as we'll see tomorrow, one is in a singles match, the other's in tag team championship match. So, and I must say, first of all, Dave, if you look at the picture, and it's not the picture that Rion is showing, but if you see a picture from earlier in the year, and Dave was a little bit more husky, let's say.
Yeah.
And Dave has started, I would hope to think, started to take the business a little bit more seriously, and he's working out more, and it's showing.
He's big flexy now.
And his appearance, right? So, I'm proud of him on that note.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Am I spotty?
No.
No.
Deep.
Loud and clear. Miss America and all the ships at sea.
Okay, my apologies. Please continue to give Dave his roses.
Are you giving him roses? Is that what this is?
No, I'm just saying.
Man,
Again, I don't.
Red's trying to get out of here early tonight. He must have something to do. He doesn't usually go to the roses till the second hour.
I do.
Ah, I knew there was a reason. By the way, Dave, you full on look like you're Call of Duty Ghost Recon.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
looks like you're going undercover.
Thank you. I had a long day of work, and I just want to be undercover.
Go ahead, Red. Continue.
No, so I was just saying that and you can clearly see that the workhorses have been taking total advantage of the ARW school as their ring work has much improved since the beginning of the year. So kudos to all of them for, I think they realized, hey, we're here, we're at the dance, whether we want it to be or not. We better get these 2 steps in and learn them quick. So clearly they have taken heed and they are honing their craft as they should be. So much congrats to them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our past podcasts, we've been very heated in our exchanges. So I haven't had a chance to really get into the story of the workhorses because, we never really were going down that road. It was all animosity before. How did you guys get together? How did the workhorses become the workhorses?
Well, Dave and I met in like 7th grade in middle school, and we learned that each of us liked wrestling. We met Ric Flair that year, got pictured with him, and then Dave moved away to like Hammond, but him and Wade started going to Fire Pro Wrestling when that was still around, and I frequented there as well, and we reconnected, and we had, as most wrestlers, we had a backyard stint, like, and that's where we like realized that there was something that we could do if we took it seriously. And then we started training at PRW, and I mean, as cliche, the rest is just kind of history. Everything kind of fell into place. We went down south to southern Indiana. We went to California, picked up some stuff from Journey and Jacob Fatu, and then just hit it hard out here.
Wow, traveling the United States, doing the whole wrestling thing. And here, of course, joining us now is the third member of the Workhorse, the one that isn't made out of wood. Of course, it's Wade. Hello, Wade.
What up, Steve? How you doing?
I thought the wood guy was you at first, so I was a little put off by it, but it's nice
No,
to hear
Plank
live.
has more personality.
That I
You
believe.
know what? I'll give it to Plank. Plank's great.
So we were talking about ARW and what you guys are doing there tomorrow as the annual pre-Thanksgiving show happens. And you're fighting Dave Allen. How'd you piss this guy off? And now he's got to give you a title shot. What's up with that?
Well, you see, February 11th, I wrestled Dave Allen at ARW. And if you watch the video back, when he pins me, my foot's underneath the bottom rope the entire time.
Your minions were just telling us of these things. So now you get your rematch.
Yes. I had to, of course, call him out, but he accepted the match. And now I think it'll be a fitting end of the year to take that Indiana State title off of him.
It certainly would be a nice if they win the tag titles and you win the Indiana State Championship, that would be a nice feather in the cap of the Workhorses as 2023 closes. And now we welcome, of course, the lovely Rachel. Cactus Rack has joined us. Hello, Cactus.
Hello, Steve. How goes it?
It goes good. How are you tonight?
I was fantastic until I got on here and realized it was the Workhorses tonight.
Hey,
Cool.
We're trying to have the holiday spirit, the gift of forgiveness, the gift of giving thanks. So we're trying to turn over a new leaf here tonight.
Have you met me?
that's fair.
That's yeah. Okay.
There's no one who can hold a grudge better than I can.
Yeah. Cactus.
But I
holds-
will say, Mikey Peterson, you are a solid dude.
Good guy,
Good
Mike
guy, Mikey.
Peterson. Yeah.
What she's basically saying is Mikey's solid. The other 2 years, shit. That's what she's saying right there.
Well, they're not gonna not admit it. They are kind of shit. But I mean, they're all kind of shit.
Infighting amongst the workhorses.
Well, yeah.
Hey,
Keeps us
we're all
honest.
pieces of shit, and that's why we get along. You know.
Except for Plank. Plank's a stand-up individual.
Hey, he went from the hood to being a champion.
That is
You know.
true.
Well, that you can't put a price tag on that. How did you guys get into Squared Circle? How did that, you're at ARW, you're doing well there, and now you have an opportunity at Squared Circle. How does that come about?
DWA had a show, what was it, like June, Wade?
I think it was March.
March? Yeah, because it was right before the Turf Wars, ARW versus DWA. And
Dynamic Wrestling Alliance.
yes, great company, great company.
Red and I have done commentary for DWA once upon a time.
Yeah, it's a nice environment. It's very similar to an ARW, because a lot of their guys now are ARW guys, because of the merger that DWA and ARW did. But Eddie, he was at that show and he asked us to do the 40-man rumble that he did in August. So we showed up, did that, the 40-man rumble, and at that same time, their tag champions Twist and Flip had to vacate their titles for I think scheduling conflicts, and he asked us if we wanted to be in that 6-man gauntlet, and we said, well, I mean, of course.
You put an opportunity for gold in front of us. We're not going to pass it up.
And then it helped meeting Joey Roth at that 40-man rumble.
Ooh.
There was a kinship made there, and
We
he
don't,
got us.
that's the name we don't speak on this show. We don't
He's like Voldemort. I got it.
I'm gonna give you a free pass because
Voldemort is easier to stomach
Yeah.
than Joey.
I
Joey
think
Roth.
Joey Roth is a great guy.
I'm sure you do.
Obviously
Hey, he's a great guy to us.
He needs to
He likes
use
us.
you for something.
Yeah.
All you are
When he has
pawns and-
discarded you, please get back to us.
yes.
Nah, that guy's fabulous.
Oh,
He's a standard guy.
that makes me kind of ill.
He was fabulous 20 years ago, I bet.
I don't know if he was even fabulous 20 years ago. It's hard to stomach, but that's neither here nor there.
He
So-
was.
I'm telling you, right? So it's a busy weekend for you guys. Obviously, you have ARW tomorrow night, then the holiday, Black Friday, all the festivities on Saturday, and then Sunday, it's IPW.
Yep.
Bro.
No rest for the wicked. And let's not only is it IPW, but it's also they claim it's just a title match, but it's really we never lost those titles.
No, we are still the IPW Trio champions.
It was a
Yes.
double pin. There's proof. There is photographic evidence of a biased count. And I'm not trying to start an argument because I understand why 364 days, no defenses. I understand why people were upset, but there's the matchup card.
There it is.
Muggsy James. But this is
That's it's the workhorses versus the trios.
Wait. I know you guys aren't used to defending titles, so I'll just make this quick. You actually had the impromptu title defense between Daddy Andy, D'Angelo Steele, and Joey Dalton.
I forgot about that match.
This was because of Damon Gray being the host, and he originally gave you guys the day off because they were being such a-holes, according to Damon Gray. You guys were defending your championships there. My apologies, just being informational liaison. You guys continue on. Go back to being silent.
Yeah, I forgot that match even happened because of how fast it ended.
Yeah.
And then I got cracked in the jaw later on by Thunder, and everything was just out of loop for me for like 3 days afterwards.
Yeah, that
And add in the fact that you guys normally would end up wrestling either singles matches or tag matches.
Yep.
So you haven't had an opportunity to defend the championships like normal people would. But once you did, that's when you guys lost to Steve and Gustavo and Muggsy.
We didn't lose, first of all, Rion. And second of all, we didn't even get a fair title defense
didn't.
because we got beat up unjustifiably
Well,
by two guys beforehand.
Well, to be
You got
fair,
cracked in the head with a shovel, Mikey.
You
yeah, I
beat
got.
up.
We did lay hands on them first, though. We
I
definitely
was trying to give him a
jumped the
back
shark
massage.
with that one.
I was
I
going
was
to
trying
say,
to give
you
him a
guys,
back massage, man.
you guys kind of brought that on yourselves.
I think our mistake was
Yeah,
not
I
getting
was
up
gonna
harder.
say you guys are pretty good at getting in your own way.
Yeah, well, if that little girl in the front row was distracting Dave, if Dave wasn't distracted by that little girl calling him a nerd, we would have had.
I'm sorry, that little girl could have taken on all three of you by herself. and
No,
whooped
Oh,
Nah.
that's why she didn't get a cupcake.
your ass.
So Sunday, it's we obviously Team Trios Amigos. We just got our victory. We won that match, at least as far as the record goes, and we are doing the title defense immediately. So we're trying to learn from the example you set, and we're trying to improve as much as we can.
First of all, we're still waiting on IPW to get back to us after we sent in the paperwork saying Red was not a licensed official, so the match shouldn't even count. But
Okay, before anyone else says anything, I can handle this one of two ways. I can either address it now or address it on Sunday, because unfortunately, even though I did resign, I made it clear that I had resigned effective immediately. On that day, as far as being informational liaison, the board asked me to do a couple of things. I can make an announcement now, or I can wait until Sunday. Ball was in your court.
I say make them wait, because
Yeah,
we know in
wait
our
till-
hearts we are trios champions. What is it? Wait, almost 400 days now at this point.
I think 388 days at this point.
Marvelous.
Anyway, Rian, you can make your announcement because everything they're talking about is really a moot point. So
Codrick, make them wait. Make
this
them
ain't
wait.
y'all show.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll make one announcement, just so everyone knows that for the remainder of the year, there will not be any more hosts. That will take place potentially in February. We'll come back. But with that being the case, I will actually be in charge of the show, both this and the Captain's Hall. So any, I guess, issues that anyone has, they can bring it to me directly for the next two shows. This way, there's no issues. Before there's no shenanigans. You just bring it to me accordingly. I will handle it. But everyone already knows that I am very big on giving people what they want. But there's another thing that goes to that. Steve, you want to go ahead and say that thing?
It's always a catch. Always.
Always. That is...
All right. Well, this was fun. I'm going to go ahead and look for more photos and get back to other things.
So as far as IPW goes, you are suggesting that we will be stripped of the titles immediately on Sunday. And to me, I mean, I guess it could happen, but if
would be ridiculous, because why would I overturn a host decision, considering that I would have to overturn every single host decision that is ever made? Like it would be pointless. That would mean that the Power Hours decisions would all have to be like that's ridiculous. Why would I do something of the sort?
I was just going to say that it would be certainly a waste of advertising dollars to make these lovely match flyers that have that little C right next to Muggsy James, which means champions, and
well, you already know my philosophy. Don't get too comfortable, Steve.
Oh, I'm not. Remember, I had very little to do with any of this. So, like I said, I keep going on that thing that I say all the time. I'm playing with house money.
Yeah, you got that from me too, Steve.
I did get that from you. I did get it. And like I said, it's all a moot point because in December, we're all going to die inside a steel cage at Captain's Fall. The Titanic finally sinks on December 17th, but that's neither here nor there.
So we finally get Backwoods versus Max in a steel cage, right?
It only took a year.
Well, I mean, the whole thing. I mean, the steel cage is kind of the thing of the whole show. It's just
Yeah,
a cage
it's
just
just
there.
it's like that JICW show, Wade. Cage of
Oh,
Mania.
those. We had to wrestle 3 times inside the steel cage.
Yeah,
I've
that's
never
what
even been inside a steel cage before, so I have no point of reference for said thing.
they
It's
hurt.
not fun, Steve.
It doesn't sound fun.
No, yeah.
doesn't sound
Especially when
fun.
you're trapped in there with somebody who's like a caged animal, literally. And
That sounds like a lot of fun to me, actually.
that's fair.
She wants to kill you all, and I love the
Yeah.
fact that she's
Yeah, I know.
very, very aggressive.
There's a lot of people that want to kill us.
Yeah.
You guys have developed quite an
It's
arm.
okay. I don't just want to kill you. It's equal opportunities.
Yeah,
That is true.
Rachel's got access to grind across the board. So has 2023 been the best year for the Workhorses? Because it seems like you guys have really upped the game, and you've really made yourselves a large part of pro wrestling in our area. So if this was your biggest year, what do you have planned in 24?
Well, I know typically when people win their titles, that's the end of the story, but really, we are just getting started. We have the Squared Circle tag titles. Tomorrow, clean sweep, the Indiana state title and the ARW tag titles are coming home. And I think that 2024 goes, just going to be more gold and more gold and more gold.
My apologies. Sorry. Normally I would call a timeout, but this is for Pac-Man if he's still on the line. Is Pac-Man still around?
Yeah,
Yep.
Pac-Man's down there. I see him with the clown picture of the Workhorses.
Okay,
Still
wonderful.
here.
Hey, Pac-Man, you're going to have to take over for a little bit with photos. I have a couple more things I have to take care of. I'll be back.
Okay, got you, Rian.
All right. So Rion Skills will take his leave of us for a short period of time. I noticed that you're talking about all the gold that you're going to obtain, and I noticed how you omitted the trios champions when you said that.
Well, we were talking about 2024. We're taking the trios titles back on Sunday.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to
2023.
be clear. I thought maybe you were just you were
Oh no,
overlooking your opportunity.
no, not at all.
So how do we do this on Sunday exactly? How do we do
Well,
this?
it's
I
simple.
mean, we've made our peace. We're here as gentlemen. We're here as adults now. We're having a good conversation. We're talking about the year that went by. We're commiserating. We're all having the kumbaya. And then you keep saying you're just going to take the titles. Like, I'm not going to try to stop you. I mean, how do we deal with this?
Steve, here's what we'll say. All right. Out of the out of the other 2, you're the only one out of that trio that we actually like. So may the best team win, but we're the only actual team. And we're sorry we're gonna have to take your moment from you.
Well, my moment gets taken regularly. That's
feelings.
kind of what I do.
No hard feelings, right?
Well, no, I mean, not hard feelings. You told me earlier that I should just not tag in. That was your initial advice, Steve.
We don't want to beat you up.
We've been tussling for a year, and you guys have hit me with everything but the kitchen sink, and I've tried to hit you with everything I could muster, but it's always been the scales have been tipped. You guys have always had your numbers. I've always kind of, it's always been me or Red or me or Turtle. The numbers haven't been even, but this trios match, it's even numbers. And, Muggsy James, kind of a bad motherfucker, that guy. Kind of a bad dude. And Gustavo, can fight.
With Muggsy though, he's gonna get his ass kicked by Ivan Manson tomorrow night. So I don't think he's gonna be 100% on Sunday.
There's no
I
way
forgot that was one of the matches.
He might not even have Muggsy James on Sunday. Ivan might beat his ass and put him in the hospital.
I think there's a good chance Ivan might kill Muggsy after the disrespect showing.
I told Ivan if he kicks his ass good enough, I'll buy Ivan a bucket of beer at the show.
You're gonna buy him a bucket of beer either way. Let's be honest.
It's amazing what a bucket of beer can buy you these days, isn't it?
Especially at ARW in Lake Station, especially. People will do anything for a beer in Lake Station. places.
Unbelievable. Red, what do you think about all this?
First of all, you're selling yourself short, because I remember the time
Uh-oh.
where it was 3-on-3,
Oh,
and I remember you walking away with the victory that night, Steve.
I forgot. I'm old now. My memory isn't what it used to be. You're right. When the numbers were even, I did come out on top.
Were they really even if Aaron Stone attacked us?
But that's always the issue, right? Y'all lost because Aaron Stone attacked you. You lost your tag titles because you picked a fight with a dude with a shovel and a mercenary.
Yeah, that one wasn't our
Really?
greatest move.
Really? So, what will be the excuse this Sunday?
Well, there's not going to be an excuse because we're obviously going to win, hands down. We're still the trios champs, and we're going
that
to
is a
retain
live shot. Right now,
But
Peck got a live
here's the
shot
thing.
from the Art Institute.
Here's the thing, Wade. You keep saying resume, but it's done. It's over. You are no longer recognized from IPW as the trios champ. If you were, then they would not have put out this flyer stating that the champions have to defend their titles against you. So let it go. You can you can have all this confidence you want, and maybe you can beat them on Sunday and start another, and maybe you can go another 364. But let that 388, that shit's dead. That ended last month. It's over. Let it go. And I'm starting to wonder, and I'm the last person to start shit. But Mikey, hold up. You've got a piece of jewelry next to you. Hold it up. And Big Flex, you wearing your big piece of jewelry. Where's yours, Wade?
Listen, as the workhorses, if one of us wins a belt, we all win a belt.
Nah. Where's yours?
It's around Dave Allen's shoulder.
I'll have my
Dave
belt
Allen is
after
still
tomorrow
the
night.
champ. We're right now. It is Tuesday night. We can't talk about Wednesday the 22nd because it ain't here yet. Your ass might have a fucking heart attack tonight. Might not even make it to the goddamn show. So we're talking about right here, right now, November 21st, 2023. Where's yours, Wade?
Listen, my boys have the championships.
Where's
My
it
tag
at?
partners have their current championships.
Yeah, your partners. Your partners. Not you.
We support each other. We are a unit. We are a unit.
And
You're not going to cause any. You're not going to cause any dysfunction.
This is a very diplomatic way of saying I'm just happy to be here.
Wait. Rachel, plug your ears right now because I don't want you to take offense to what I'm about to say. Wait. Do your wifely duties and just support them. That's what you do. Don't say anything else. Just support them. Brush your hair. Try to look cute and support your two men. That's what the best women in the business do. Okay? Thank you very much. I'm going to talk to the men. To the men now.
I'm going to let you know on Sunday when I see you. I'm going to smack the taste out of your mouth, all right? I told you when I made the post earlier, just sit there and shut your mouth. So why don't you do that now before you get your taste slapped out of it?
Wait, first of all, you said, shut my old bald self. Like, you're saying shit that people don't fucking know. Like, can you be more original with this shit? You really can't. You can't. Like, you're really coming off as a dumbass at this point because people know I'm old. people know fucking ball again. So you ain't got no new fucking material. We're going into 2024. So again, be a good little bitch. Shut the fuck up. All right.
Wait till I see you on Sunday, Red.
You can see me. You can see me tomorrow night. Now I'm gonna fucking be there. And what the fuck? You ain't gonna do shit. You not gonna do shit. So again,
Ready? You going to ARW?
shut the fuck up, Wade.
Are
It's
you
a
going to ARW?
possibility. I told you it's a possibility. Now, Mike,
Yes.
thank you. Somebody intelligent for once. Oh, Big Flex, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. 2 of the 3 people that are fucking intelligent. Oh, where's the stick at?
I got him.
Plank.
There it is. There's all 3 of the intelligence of the workhorses. They're the brains behind the fucking group. All right. So, again, how do you approach this match on Sunday? Again, knowing, hopefully there's no guys with shovels. There's no mercenaries. That you guys go into this contest
Crooked refs.
3-3.
Well, I think part of it is that we will have to watch some old footage. I mean, Steve, not so much on you. We know we've been in the ring with you enough to know what to expect from you for the most part. But this is our first time across the ring for Muggsy James. This is our first time really across the ring from Gustavo, but not worried about Gustavo. The kid's been in the business less than a year at this point. It's really Muggsy the one that we have to take in consideration. But like Wade brought up, there's a chance he's not going to be 100% after tomorrow's match. But we won't find out exactly until Sunday.
Oh, Mikey, remember, wasn't it Muggsy and Michael Morris back in February? And then it was Muggsy
yeah.
in,
Forgot
I
that
want
we
to say,
played them.
April. And we beat them both times.
I
We
forgot
had beaten
about that.
Hey, well, we'll come back to you since this is our Thanksgiving episode. Cactus Rack, any Thanksgiving wishes and beautiful things you like to say, parting things you'd like to say?
I'm grateful that I won't have to see the atrocity that is the Workhorses on Sunday because I will be driving back from Baltimore. I'm grateful for the Power Hour. I'm grateful that I'm now in a better mental space to be here.
Yay!
Yay! And I'm grateful that Hazel's bout December 2nd, the Haunters are gonna kick the Rumblers' asses.
Yeah. What you say?
I'm not on camera,
Yeah.
Hazel. Hazel waved. Lunala waved.
Hi, Lunala.
Hi.
I'm giving her the wave
That's my
back.
favorite girl right there.
And on that, I'm gonna tap out because we are leaving at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I have not made peace with the fact that we're not bringing the dogs. So love you all.
It's
Even
always
you,
a
the
pleasure.
Workhorses. Safe travels, especially with your babies. Goodbye.
Happy
Love you,
Thanksgiving,
Cactus.
Rachel.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, that's Cactus Rack. We love her. Rachel,
Pac-Man, what is your photo? Is that us on the Freebirds?
that is you on the Freebirds.
That is.
Speaking of the Freebirds, they're going to be at ARW tomorrow as well.
Are they?
Good guys, yeah. Tristan Hayes is teaming with Machine against who is it? Max
Max and
Bow, BOW. That's going to be interesting. I think they broke Buddy Roberts Jr.'s knee last month. Attacked it with the chair, so we'll see how that goes.
There's a lot of chaos happening.
Yeah,
You guys are
it's on
expecting a
road.
pretty big crowd, I would imagine, tomorrow. Like this show usually does pretty well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have at least 200 pre-sales. We normally do per show, but normally they become standing room only, especially like Black and Blue, typically. Last show of the year.
RW show of the year.
Mm-hmm.
The season finale, if you will.
Yeah. And then we'll probably resume, I think, in January.
I mean, there's a stack card for tomorrow night. So anybody who's in the area, come out to Lake Station, American Legion Post 100. We got, what do we got? I know we got Workhorses versus the Family for the tag titles. I'm facing Dave Allen from the Indiana State title. Then we have James Creed versus JPH for the heavyweight belt in a 30-minute Ironman match. Along with, I know Greg Glover's going to be there. Can't remember who he's
Our
facing.
best friend, that egg-sucking dog, Donovan Ruiz.
That's right. right.
And then our best friend, the Big J, Judas Chavez, is going one-on-one against Joey Boom Boom. Chavez versus Boom Boom 2. Last time they met, Judas won, so we'll see if he can pull it off again.
And of course, we also have, as mentioned earlier, Muggsy James versus Ivan Manson.
Wow, the family. What's up with the family these days? I mean, you got the family prospects, you got the family. It seems like there's dissension in the ranks.
Too many egos, especially between the prospects. Just a lot of, but I've been doing commentary the past couple shows for ARW, and last month I got to sit next to Ivan, and really got to hear his side of things, and he is really disappointed with the attitude of these prospects, thinking that they run everything, but they just recently started getting wins. In fact, I want to say last month was Murder City Inc.'s first win as an official tag team. So I don't know what's going on over there.
You know, I look at that picture on the bottom, Ivan Manson and Muggsy James fighting Wednesday night. Red, I seem to remember about a year ago, we said goodbye to Ivan Manson, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
And here we go. And I seem to think that December 19th, we're going to say goodbye to you. You see that? See what happens there, man? See what happens there? There's no goodbye. You can't get out. No. It's like being in the mob. You're in for life. You get out and we drag you back in.
No.
Well, that's I can hear Ivan saying, yeah, I've done everything I want to do in this business. I'm happy to leave on my terms. Motherfuckers right back at it again. Not even a calendar year later.
Well,
this is actually a second match back.
Yeah.
The difference is he's got family issues that clearly haven't been resolved. All of my issues are pretty much settled and put away.
No, there will always be ARC, Soul Touches. There's always family business for Red Dakota. Come on now.
Again, there's only one person that can use this and say, hey, I need you right now. And I would pick up in January and say, I'm there. So, boots and all. But we'll see, but I'm happy with my decision. And the difference is, Ivan is watching the future of his family every month. And Mikey has just stated, I guess, that he's disappointed in them. The only place I'll be working is Rocket Pro. And I don't have per se family per se,
Present that remark.
I mean, well, you're next to me. We're both doing commentary.
We're family, man.
But I'm your grandson.
Well, again, after December 2nd, hopefully, and I love your training montage, I must say.
Thank you.
That, we'll have some sort of vindication. But again, I don't see in January, now if somebody gonna come jump Gabagoo, are we gonna keep this going? I don't think so. So Ivan kind of did it to himself, he could have just, sat at the bar.
Or sat on his boat.
On his boat, waited for the show to be over. Hey guys, good show. All right, let's knock some more beers back, but no, he wanted to be there and call the action. And I mean, it's his duty. He's earned that right? But now he doesn't like whatever's going on, and now he's challenging Muggsy, and Muggsy accepted it.
It's
Now it's
amazing what perspective you gain from doing commentary, isn't it?
You learn a lot, you see a lot, you know.
Yeah, you do.
So I wonder what, I'm sure Ivan is just ready to. I can pretty much tell you how this is. Ivan right now is thinking, I'm gonna whoop this young punk's ass. And Muggsy is like, I'm gonna teach this old dog a new trick. And it's to lay down. So that's the first thing that Waydina said that I agree with, that if anybody is in Lake Station tomorrow night, they should be there. They should be at this show. I've been at this show before, where again, black and blue is always I would be shocked if they don't have to turn people away.
Well, I hope they don't turn me away. I hate to go all that way and not get to go in.
Well, I'm telling you, I've been on the scene forever. So, and countless years of ARW packing the building, especially for this show, is ridiculous. So I don't see tomorrow night with a stacked lineup. Like, I would put this lineup against anybody else's show from this point going to the end of the year. Like, this is a stacked card. Think about it. Mikey and Flex just walked away with tag team gold.
Right, baby.
You cannot shortchange them and say that there's not a possibility they might not pull it off.
Dave, what the fuck is behind you, man? What the hell?
It's a cat.
Don't worry, buddy. It's a cat.
It's just a cat. It's an ugly cat, but it's a cat. You don't know pictures, Steve?
I guess not.
Take off the Tony Stark glasses. Maybe you can see better. I don't know. Oh, and there's the fourth member. All right.
Back with his bandana. Now he's all right. Still, like I said earlier, more personality than Wade in this 2x4.
Hey, why are you guys dogging Wade of all
Because
people?
he's Wade.
He's your leader.
No, he lost to a manager and 2 rookies back to back. That's not leader capability right there. This is something that we haven't told him in person.
Wade, you're the leader of the Workhorses. Why are they disrespecting you?
Listen, it was a rough start to my year when I lost those matches.
One of them wasn't that long ago. One of them was 2 months ago.
The one in August, that was the real eye opener, all right? But
I would have thought losing to Charlie Jr. would have been the eye opener.
From about February.
You lost a match to Charlie Jr.?
In his first and only
Ivan
match.
Manson, all right?
He still lost, though.
He had help from Ivan Manson.
I trained with Charlie.
He's an interesting individual.
I trained with Charlie. Charlie got some ups.
He's to be honest,
surprised me.
Yeah, he surprised everyone. Everyone was huddled around the monitor watching Charlie, and he was pulling out spots that it popped. Everyone in the back, everyone out front, and he did manage to beat Wade. So,
at one point, all I remember is turning around and I see a flying Charlie coming at me in this match. It surprised the hell out of me.
Also, I'm pretty sure he gave me brain damage with that kendo stick attack back in June. Man could swing.
I am shocked here that the leader is getting such treatment from his minions. Wade, what is going on with your Workhorses?
He can't lead himself to a win. How is he going to lead a whole team?
I mean, Wade is the one that put the Workhorses together.
No, that was my idea.
This was a whole group decision. I'll put it out there right now. There really is no leader to the Workhorses.
It's Plank.
Plank's the leader.
I think
First of all,
We'll go with Blake as our leader.
Steve, I'm starting to
What?
think you're like Mama Red, that you have early dementia, because Mikey said it earlier. Him and Dave have known each other forever. Wade just trotted his skirt along later and got in, So again, the cohesive unit is wearing tag team gold right now. They've got gold. They could have more gold tomorrow.
Well, Wade could have gold tomorrow.
He could. But even then, what would that say? That they are walking around with 4 belts and he's got 1.
Poor Wade. Wade, I feel for you, bro.
Listen, I'm not going to let an ego get ahead of me just because my tag team partners are doing great. Red, you're not going to cause any dysfunction here. Because I know that's what you're trying to do.
I'm just spitting facts.
I think if we could survive Youth Gone Wild's plan to break us up, I think we can kind of survive most dissension between us, because those guys tried their hardest.
I'm just saying,
All right,
It's
so
be great.
Workhorses. We've had a great year. We've fought, we've bickered, we've argued, we've chased. I still remember that first time we interacted where we ran into a field and got into a fist fight.
Oh boy.
That was something.
It's moments like that when I'm, older and grayer, I will sit back and I will remember fondly. You guys have been great adversaries this entire year, and I couldn't appreciate the competition more. You guys have always given your best when it comes to me. You've always been professionals. I mean, when it comes to working and when it comes to wrestling, and you've taken good care of me through a year, and I'm grateful for that. I am grateful for that. And we're going to do it one more time on Sunday. And, with all due respect and, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I will tag in and we will fight one more time. And if you win the trios titles from us, I will gladly shake your hands in congratulations. But if somehow Team Trios Amigos finds a way to walk away with victory, I would hope you would do the same.
See about that one.
See about it. I will say though, I do have to agree. Our stuff over this past year has been really fun, and our match last Captain's Fall is one of the matches I am most proud of. Not just the match, but the lead up to it. Because even just from that first show when we came to sit in the crowd, like the crowd wanted to see you 3 beat our asses from without even really knowing who we were. And I think it was a successful moment at Captain's Fall. Red has the picture framed of you guys putting me and tapping me out. It was fun.
I have that picture is in my room. It's something that I haven't had many magical moments like that, but I'll always, and not just because we were tapping you out. I mean, that just happened to be the situation at the time. And there's that great picture from the Art Institute in Chicago. It's right next to the Mona Lisa in the Louvre in Paris as well. It's great art by people. But these are the moments, and the best moments I've had have been with the Workhorses. So in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I want to thank you guys for always being great competition for me, and I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Even
It's-
Ninja Dave.
yeah, who's barely said like 5 words this entire time.
But Steve, I will say, from when I first met you at Crash Tested to now, it has been a pleasure working with you through all the hardships. So I appreciate you as well.
I still remember that first time we met with you in your Hawaiian shirt, that irritating as fuck Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, I think it was that ugly green one at the time.
Oh man, it smelled bad. It was like in your bag for a week. Oh god, that thing was
Yeah,
terrible.
the best thing Jay Cross ever did for us was rip up Wade's Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah. It was a bad
God
time.
bless
all
the
right?
brawler. God bless that guy. So as we move into 2024, what are some of the things the Workhorses would like to do?
Well, if we can work it out with Rocket Pro, we would definitely like to get up to Rocket Pro. But like truthfully, we are pretty content with the 3 places we are at currently. This because we've been talking a lot with like the new year coming up, more bookings, but with ARW, Squared Circle, and IPW, like we are really happy with where we are at and the progress in which things move. So like unless it's something that really like intrigues us, I don't know, besides winning more titles in these companies, I don't know what we plan on doing, really.
Our focus really is to help build the 3 brands that we are currently participating and we're working for. You know, build those brands up to the best of our ability, give them our talents, obviously. So, like Mikey said, we're content kind of where we are right now, but if opportunities were to pop up, obviously we will take them.
What about you, Ghost Recon? Anything to say about 24?
Just to be ready, because we're coming in with that fire, that heat.
Did
Big
you just turn
Flexi, a man of few words.
Yeah, I don't know. He's normally like talking the most out of the 3 of us. Most of it nonsense, but
He was the one hyped to do the show.
yeah,
I feel like maybe I'm not being funny enough. Am I not giving you the good questions?
he just kind of looks cold.
And
Where
now
did-
he's gone.
He's a mysterious man, and that's why
He's
we keep him around.
mysterious indeed. He is mysterious indeed.
Better to have him on your side than against him.
That is true.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So this Sunday we will see you at IPW and we will engage in the trios match. You'll get your rematch and we'll see where that goes. And then this Wednesday night, you will be at Black and Blue, maybe winning more gold. Workhorses, thanks for joining us tonight. You guys are great. We appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you for being Workhorses, because love you or hate you, you guys are entertaining and you always make things interesting.
We appreciate you too, Steve.
Yeah,
You're
thank you for bringing us back on, and Red too. I know they don't want to acknowledge you for some reason, but thank you too, Red. Even if you cost us the titles, it is what it is at this point. But all 3 of the Power Hour guys have helped us in ways. But I can say, fuck Pac-Man.
Yeah, fuck
I
you.
cannot
No.
stand that guy.
Red,
What the
everything
hell did I
aside,
do? You're the ones that gave me a cupcake.
No, 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 no. Wade gave you a cupcake. I was very adamant against not giving you a cupcake, but he wanted you to say nice things about us on your podcast, and it obviously didn't work.
I mean, well, here's my question, Wade. Do you have another cupcake for me? I've been asking all weekend. Did you
No.
figure out a way to?
you'll have to come to IPW. We'll see.
No,
Maybe-
the only way he
maybe I
gets
will,
his
maybe I won't.
cupcake is if he's at ARW Black and Blue Wednesday. That's the only way.
That I won't be able to make, but I'll
Oh,
be
well,
there
then I guess
Sunday
you
for
don't get a
IPW.
cupcake.
Buddy.
Then that message was actually from Joey
Okay.
Rock. He wanted us to make sure to know that there is no cupcake for you.
Oh, and I have a message from Travis T. He wanted me to let you know to tell Chavez to give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. He said, make him care.
Make him care. Well, I'll see him tomorrow, and I will relay that message to him.
And that's from Travis T, not PX.
Yeah.
And the podcast wars, they continue.
Yeah, I don't know. Talk about a travesty. That's these podcast affairs. That's the true travesty right there.
No, I'm not gonna say you're wrong. Red, you got to do it. You got to give him some roses. You got to give him the roses. Everybody gets the roses. You got to give these kids the roses. Come on, dig down the Thanksgiving heart, the holiday season. It's the calendar's getting thin. It's
You
time
know how I
to-
feel about the holiday season.
Come on now.
I already gave them theirs.
You gave him something. It was like a like the roses had been sitting out for a week.
I still gave it to him. Anyway, so you want me to repeat myself?
I want you to be extra nice to these guys.
What? Wait, was I not nice
Yeah,
when I?
You were pretty cordial for granted
But
everything that
you
we
ran Wade into the ground.
Well, to be fair, everyone runs Wade into the ground.
This is true.
Like, not, it's literally even Joey Boom Boom will come up to me and talk shit about Wade and then make sure Wade knows it comes straight from management. This is not something that Wade's not used to. I tell him all the time, he opens his mouth and then shit gets started. He opened his mouth today, and I mean, I don't blame Red for burying him like he did. I would have done the same thing. Wade talks, gets us in trouble. That's why we don't give him a mic.
I tried so hard to make this the pleasant experience that I promised you.
Love you, Wade, but
It
you
is
know
what
it's
it is.
true.
Hey, fuck you,
All right.
Mikey.
So,
But
so since you want me to say something nice, again, I will repeat myself one more time. Again, the Workhorses, again, since coming on the scene. So honestly, when you first came on the scene, I thought you were three arrogant assholes.
That's their charm.
I know, right? Then you get to know them. So now I'm shooting. And they show you a different side. That these are three young men that are very passionate about this business. And like I said before, I'm extremely proud of Dave. Again, Big Flex is putting in the work. And all three of their ring work has much improved. What they never knew is that I knew they came from PRW, that I have ties with PRW.
Like
So
the mob.
I know most of the talent that comes through there. And the one thing that I constantly heard is they can get heat. And I did not believe it. Hell, till they start working us. Shit.
They got eat all right.
And then you notice that everywhere they go, they get heat.
Everywhere.
They are hated by everybody, which turns into dollars, right? They put asses in seats. People come out to see the Workhorses get their ass kicked. Whether they do or don't is not the point. They put asses in seats because people want to pay to see. They have gotten better and better. And I think I love the simple fact that right now they're focused on their home company and the two other companies they have opportunities with to help grow. But they also left the door cracked to say that, if other opportunities presented themselves and they were available, that they would take it. that means that they are now starting to be more business savvy and understand the business. You never burn your home bridges at all. What the hell are you saying? Thanks, Steve, for interrupting.
I didn't say anything.
Right. You just so 2024. Honestly see a bigger year for the Workhorses in 2024. I'm not saying this to start shit, but I do see somebody having a lengthy singles title run somewhere. So I won't say who, because I don't want to put that out there that I started shit. But I can see one of you guys having a pretty big singles run next year. But I also see you guys being still successful and still being the guys that everyone loves to hate. And if you keep that heat and you keep training the way you guys have and improving your craft, 2024 will be 10 times better than 2023. Again, I will piggyback off of what Steve said. Thank you for the memories. It's been fun. You guys have been wonderful opponents. So I wish you personally nothing but the best tomorrow night at ARW's Black and Blue in Lake Station, Indiana. Tickets are $15. And if you ain't got them by now, you better get your ass there like now, because you're going to have to be in line, and it's going to be a pretty big long line. Where you will see Big Flex and Mikey go after the tag team champions. And you will see Wade Evans versus Dave Allen for the Indiana State Championship. All this and more. And on Sunday, they will try to reclaim what Wade feels they never lost, which is the IPW Trios title. And you will see that this coming Sunday in Richmond Park. Doors open at 1, bell time 2 o'clock. Come out to both shows. How about that, people? And you will be
Thanksgiving tradition.
You will be entertained, if nothing else, by the Workhorses. There you go, Steve.
Well,
All
thank you.
right.
Red, after those words, I would like to say on a real note, when I met Hugh, I met Rion, and I met Steve and Crash Tested. Y'all are 3 of the best people that I've met in this business. And working with you the several times that we have in the ring, granted, you've legitimately beat my ass a handful of times with your chops. You got some of the best chops in the business, not gonna lie. But you've taught us a lot. And we appreciate you. And then, like you said, when you see you in the locker room, it's a whole different Red. We're all having fun, It's great knowing you, Red.
Yeah, I'm not an asshole.
And if you choose to hang it up for good in December, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Ain't no if I choose, that shit's done.
Yeah.
All right, Workhorses.
Retirement's never an option in wrestling.
No, it's
it's not a retirement. I'm taking a sabbatical.
Yeah, Red already retired once upon a time.
Right. Right.
But thank you, Red.
Listen to Marche tell that story. It's one of the funnest things you'll ever hear. Workhorses, thank you so much. We will see you on Sunday. We may even see you tomorrow night if things work out great. Good luck, Godspeed, and you're going to have to bring it because I'm not just going to hand these back to you.
It'll be our final chapter, Steve, and it'll be one hell of a chapter.
We're going to write something good for the end.
It'll
All
be
right,
a hell of
guys.
an ending.
You guys have a great night. Thanks for joining us on the Power Hour, and we'll see you next time, okay?
Yeah, happy
Take care.
Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving.
Workhorses.
Thanksgiving.
Thanks for having us.
right.
Fuck
Later,
you,
guys.
man.
I just okay.
We're gonna let the workhorses take off, and then we are going to wrap this show up by talking about some of the things we did this past weekend. I'd like to call this part of the Power Hour Tales of Drunk Red. CSW happened Friday night. It
Red
was
not drunk.
Second City Showdown 3. And I'm sitting in commentary because that's where I start the show. I do ring announcing. I do a little bit of everything there. And I'm sitting there, and Red comes up to me and says, "Hey, Steve, I had 4 of these. I'm drunk." And I wanted to have Red on commentary because I was splitting duty all night, and I wanted Red to sit in with Levi and Stan Payne. And Red says to me, "You think that's a good idea in my condition?" And I'm like, "Damn." And Red was dancing around. Oh, you want to talk about the C Red experience? That was the shit. Take him back, Red, to your to C Red's drunken wonderland.
I was not drunk, sir. I just
Come
felt
on.
good. I felt good.
You felt
I
great.
don't get out much, okay? I'm here. Okay? So I don't get out much. So to be able to get out and let my hair down.
You let your hair all down. You let your hair down so far it fell off your head.
Hey, somebody probably stole that shit too. So I just had a good time again you've pretty much got to be in my shoes. Even when he's not here, he's here. That a lot of those people from Windy City, I owe so much to. And Vic is one of them, and I told him again Friday how much he means to me. But people like Ripper, Cherry Allen, Two Fingers, and Boz, and Sandra. So there was one guy that a lot of people don't know. Oh, of course, the hooker, Mike Anthony. Again, he taught me how to never slide in a battle rough. But there was one guy who essentially it's because of him that C Red was born.
DeAndre?
Hell no. Not in your wildest dreams.
That's my guy.
So there's a guy by the name of Schillinger. And you probably saw him. He had long gray hair. And he's in one of my photos. So when we started, again, I told you the story of how I was supposed to be Marche's manager.
Right.
In his group, it was him, Isaiah Velasquez, and Mark Anthony. And they were the special forces. And once Sam found out I had a military background and I was infantry, he came up with this whole thing about me being their drill instructor, and and it was like, oh, okay, whatever, cool. But Schillinger had that position at the time, and he wasn't sure if he wanted to let go and not be their manager anymore. So hence the photo that is now my Facebook profile for at least today. You see me and Cassius. Cassius was a friend of mine, and Cassius said, "Hey, why don't you just manage me?" So said, okay. Hence C Red was born that that over in a couple of weeks span. Yeah, that was that is my very one and only Windy City promo picture that ever got taken, which is funny because when you sign your contract, you're given all these promises that you could get TV time, you would get media stuff, promo pictures, again, but it doesn't tell you that Sam gets the money. You know, it doesn't, he can sell your merchandise with your picture on it, but guess what?
He
You
gets
don't
all,
get a cut.
yeah.
Right. You don't get none of it. So but this was the only picture that I ever had taken. Which is cool. And because I could say I was one of the few left that got that done. But yeah, so it was just fun to see those guys and be grateful from where I came from,
Yeah, that's the second Hall of Fame in a row you went to. You went last year when Willie was inducted.
No, I've been to every one.
Have you been to everyone? Okay.
Been to every one.
You were with Two Fingers then, huh?
I was there with Two Fingers. I was there for Ripper. I was there for Willie. I inducted Willie. So, and I was there for Vic. Why? For me, and I hope nobody takes this the wrong way, but we even said it. If there was no Windy City, most of these companies wouldn't exist now.
Isn't that what I said when I was, introducing everybody? And, I was, because Vic and I were in the ring, and I was telling the crowd what was happening. And then we played the video package. And then the Windy City guys came out, and everybody initially kind of sat on their hands. And I'm like, whoa, get up. Without these people, none of this would be happening. So, that's
No, you said it. And I still think that most of the people don't understand that about the Chicago independent scene. Whether now I know for a fact there were two people in the crowd that have seen all of us in our heyday. Two people, I know that for a fact. Because they were there when we were there. But that's the thing. A lot of people, and you can't fault people for living in the here and now, but you kind of try to tell people you have to go all the way back to when Windy City originally started, and then how the branches started, and then from the branches, all these leaves, so when you are around people that again did so much for you, you feel something. And for me, again, I felt like celebrating because knowing I'm not gonna say it's be my last time seeing them, but officially it'll be my last time seeing, so
it was quite a show. Did you enjoy the show? I mean, it was a pretty
yeah.
Pretty great turnout. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen as many people in even the Luchasaurus show from a few years back that was packed. There was nowhere to go. I mean, it was jam packed with people.
I know if I had to scoot in that swivel chair one more time, because people kept, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. And I'm like, I'm just trying to sit here and watch a show.
It was an amazing crowd. And Vic Capri, not only did he get inducted into the Hall of Fame, but he won the Ring of Destiny tournament, and then immediately cashed in his Ring of Destiny opportunity to be involved in a three-way for the title. So it wasn't just Lycan versus Hollister. It was Lycan, Hollister, and Capri. And Vic came an inch from making it the greatest storybook night Chicago style wrestling has ever seen. He almost won that match.
Yeah. I was
But the hate keepers had a plan. They had a plan.
but didn't I tell you that last week?
You did tell me that last week. You did. Another match that I thought, a lot of people weren't sure how it was going to go, but after it was over, I thought it really was such an incredible match that night was the ladder match. The brutality, the violence. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. I mean, that was amazing, right?
How have we lost count on how many ladders?
We're doing some I mean, there was they didn't none of those ladies walked out of there without some kind of injury.
Everybody was hurt. But you've got to tip your hats to the ladies. They left it all out there. None of them phoned it in. And that's what I was most proud of. A lot of times you see these matches and the women, they tinker, totter, with the ladders, or whatever gimmick it might
They
be.
were full on brutalizing each other with those ladders.
Yeah, like they didn't care. Nobody cared. So it was a good match. For me, everybody seen Samurai Del Sol, aka Kalisto, and trying to get the crowd in his his mode. That was one of the highlights for me. That was a lot of good memories this past Friday.
The Luchas, I mean, that they were absolutely on fire. And Samurai Del Sol coming home and being as energized as he was really a tribute to the legacy of CSW, I thought.
Yeah. And here's the thing. And I only make it out once a year. And again, I have been, I was a avid viewer of watching you guys on IWTV, still do. But to see all the hard work that these men and women have put in live and in person. Some of them y'all could have kept. But I get it, but some of them you kind of look and say, I see it, I see it, I still hate Inestra, I'm trying to figure out what is up with your general manager's haircut.
Yeah, TJ, that was not very flattering. And the good part is he didn't walk away with any kind of title, so that made me happy. How about our new tag team champions?
Didn't see it coming.
And we have made peace, Joey Avalon and I handed him the shovel that I commandeered many moons ago when he and I used to be at war. So I am full on that team. I think that is going to be one of the great tag team runs of all time. And they're talking about it. They're playing online, trying to make dream matchups. What would happen if GPA and Laney Luck showed up at CSW?
Oh, I'm not even gonna think about that because
and then somebody took it one step further and said, you get Laney and GPA there, and then all of a sudden, special announcement, Kylie Ray and Isaiah in a six-man tag.
Oh,
What is happening here?
A three-way tag.
Yeah. That'd be dope as fuck, man. That would be on fire. And I said to the person that made this post, I said, hey, if I was still the GM, it wouldn't be a fantasy. It'd already be happening. I got to get my job back in 24, man.
Well, I hope you do. I hope you do.
I don't know what's going to happen with TJ Steele in 2024. He'll have many axes to grind.
As long as somebody kills Schultz.
He holds me personally responsible for what happened in that tag team match by giving Avalon his shovel back. Because I wanted to see 2 dead bodies, and they're right there in that picture.
Hey, well.
So it was a great night at CSW. The season finale usually is. The Second City Showdown is our biggest show of the year, and it did not disappoint this year.
No, it did not.
Some crazy stuff happened at SCW on Saturday. First of all, as we were talking before we started, Acid Jazz and Miles Mercer is a show is a match everybody should see because it was so damn entertaining. And although Benny Vargas interfered, essentially costing Jazz the victory, Jazz had Miles on the ropes. So I don't think that scenario is over, but we were talking, and these are both red people. These are both you talk about the trees. These are the branches from the tree of Sea Red. Obviously, Acid Jazz from the Touches. Obviously, Miles Mercer from the ARC. And Sexual Chocolate versus Dark Chocolate was everything I hoped it would be, and so much more. The moment of the night, however, was the Torture Killers being stalked by somebody's grandmother. That really happened. That this is a real story. There is footage of it. The Torture Killers had a match with Logan Steele was tussling with Apex, or Scott Spade was tussling with Apex. Anyway, one of the Torture Killers was fighting Apex, and Apex's grandma was in the crowd. And Grandma got mad. Grandma got real mad. Grandma got so mad that she started chasing the Torture Killers, and security had to stop Grandma. Security had to stop Grandma and take her back to her seat. And then suddenly Grandma was gone. It's like Grandma was removed from the building. I've seen a lot of shit in the 10 years I've been doing this. I've been blessed with many opportunities and many cool things. I have never seen anything like this. At one point before the main event, I went back to Grandma's empty chair and I made everybody give her a standing ovation, because I will think back to Feast or Famine 2023, and I will always remember Grandma Apex running down the Torture Killers.
Wow.
Shit was real. Grandma was on the hunt. Now, the Torture Killers are doing their Torture Killer shtick. Grandma wasn't doing any shtick. Grandma saw grandson getting hurt. Grandma went into Mama Bear protect my grandson mode, and Logan Steele almost was the recipient of an ass whipping. I told him in the ring, I said, dude, you're almost the victim of a geriatric crime.
Oh, you gotta love it.
You can't make that stuff up. You cannot make it. Now, is that Rion that's still here, or is that Pac-Man that's still here?
That's Pac-Man.
How you doing, Pac-Man?
I'm doing good.
Rion must have just gotten tired of the whole thing and said, screw it. But in the main event was supposed to be Terry Allen and Erica D'Erico versus Aaron Xavier and Angel. Erica D'Erico got called away on family business. Terry Allen hurt. So that was not the main event. What ended up happening was the main event was Sabotage, which is Xavier, Angel, and Dysfunction from Ohio Valley, the tag team. They are the SCW tag champs. They took on Johnny Chaos, James Creed, Renee Van Peebles, and Bonanza. Bonanza is a masked character that is just insane. And he and Johnny Chaos wrestled as a tag team that night. They were called Chaotic Bonanza, but we called them Chaotic Bananas. So that was your main event. And at the end of the match, the situation occurred where Terry Allen had to make a choice. Could James Creed take the called shot ladder match and get his opportunity against Aaron Xavier? Now, there's a contract out there that says James Creed does not get another title shot as long as Aaron Xavier is the champion. So it goes against the contract. But Terry Allen made a deal with the devil, with Aaron Xavier, that the devil could not refuse. So there will be a contract signing in December at SCW back at Steam Hollow. It will be James Creed and Aaron Xavier in January, as Terry Allen is stepping down regardless as president. He is in 2024, his presidency ends. So the winner of that match, if Aaron Xavier wins, he gets to pick the new president. And, if I know Aaron Xavier, he's going to pick himself. And he up and said so. And he said it's not going to be Southland Championship Wrestling anymore. It's going to be Sabotage Championship Wrestling. Still SCW, but with more of a kick. And if Creed wins, then Terry Allen gets to pick his successor. So, man. And the look on Hunter Payne's face when Terry made this deal, I have never seen Hunter more uncomfortable, because he knows that if Creed doesn't win and Aaron Xavier gets a shot to take over SCW, he is going to try to tear down what Hunter has built his whole life. And we've seen this firsthand, what happens when the evil genius runs the place.
Yeah.
So, one more thing that happened at Feast or Famine. The Amazing Turtle retained his high voltage championship. So
What?
Congratulations, Turtle. You earned your victory. You fought hard. So it was a great show. Everybody had a good time. Still, it's Grandma Mania. That's what it'll always be to me. And Red, this now brings us to Sunday. Sunday. Marche Rocket in Richton Park at IPW Open Challenge. Who's coming in? Is he going to fight Willie? Is he going to fight Jazz? Is Trauma coming back? Who's coming? Is Chris Logan going to make his IPW debut?
So the answer is
it you?
Me? Would I face Marche in an open challenge?
Yes.
I would. But it's not me. And I don't know.
I almost took that. When they announced it, when he was in the ring at the last show and he said there's open challenge, and I was like, I'll do it. And Marche turned and looked at me.
I was standing there.
And he didn't look at me. He looked through me, and I withdrew my suggestion immediately. I didn't want the smoke.
I saw it.
I didn't want it.
I was like, you don't want that.
I mean, because I can't handle that kind of carnage.
So
can't handle it.
I don't know who it's gonna be.
You know what I mean?
But I hope whoever it is prepared to go all day.
What if it's Sean Danger?
Then we know he's been at the bar too long.
Yeah. So
it could be anybody.
Now, Marche, I'm sure someone's going to answer that challenge, and that'll be a hell of a match. But my God, Quinn Whittick versus T-Dub 3.
I know, right?
Did you say instant classic?
I'm gonna say blow the roof off the joint.
I'm gonna turn on the Facebook Live. I'm broadcasting that match.
That's going to
Sexy
be
Violence versus the 80s baby.
that's going to be a hot.
Who do you
I
like?
think I can't pick because you got my nephew versus Quinn, who I have so much respect for, and his ability is uncanny and unmatched. This match of the night, I'm telling you now, but I will not pick who I'm picking because
I'll tell you what. I am very well stated a Quinn Whittick guy. I worship at the Temple of Sexy Violence. But boy, how do you exist in wrestling and not love TW3?
Well, I have to. He's my nephew. So
I'm not picking either.
okay.
But I'm just going to say that's a match that everybody should come out and watch. There should be 200 people in that little building to see this match alone.
Correct.
Then you got your son versus Joey Dalton. Your son's going to take that belt. Your son's going to lose that belt.
I hope not. She's been so good to him.
She's
And
a little crazy.
She's even invited me over for Thanksgiving dinner. She says she's cooking and she's gonna have all the fixings and trimming. And I asked,
The belt's making him dinner.
hey man, she's making
What
dinner,
the
man.
world
That's
do
all.
you guys live in? It's an
Hey,
inanimate object.
hey,
There's only one Rachel.
she loves him.
That's crazy.
So I have to respect, we live in 2023, so
Dalton's about to
respect
become
it.
the other man.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Then we have one of the most lopsided matches of the night. Unless there's a natural disaster, there's only one way this match ends. So Motivation Mike is putting the alternative title on the line against Miles Mercer. Miles is gonna kill that boy.
I would agree. And here's why.
Because Miles is gonna kill that boy.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill Jake from State Farm.
But here's why. Miles is pissed.
Yeah.
And I've talked to Miles. Miles is pissed that the IPW committee has constantly gave other people opportunity after opportunity. And yet he was one of the founding pillars of IPW. And, he pretty much, told them, either, you either do something with me or you let me go, and now in front of him is somebody who he might have seen him wrestle, but he does not know how much better Miles has gotten over the past calendar year. Miles is hungry, more determined, and I agree. Miles walks away with this as the new
Miles
alternative.
Mercer has become one of the best wrestlers in the Midwest, period. End of story. Other matches that you will have, Jay Thunder takes on Marcelo Spade. That is a giant man against one of the hardest strikers in the business right now. So I look forward to seeing how Marcelo is going to overcome the size, but I'm wondering how Jay Thunder is going to overcome his speed. So that's a very compelling match.
True.
And you also have the 6-man, well, what would you call that? Triple threat? No, it's a 6-man tag match, right? So you've got Scorpio Dorado, Kid Latin, Jay Vanity taking on JR Lindsay and the Bro Bros. So Motivation Mike is going to have his hands full with Miles, but Lindsay and the Bro Bros have their own situation against these guys, and either one of these teams could challenge in January, or challenge in December for the trios titles, whether it's the Workhorses or us.
Very true. I'm going Kid Lack and Jay Vanity, Dorado. I have respect for Dorado. We've battled before. Vanity, I have love and respect for, but you know how I feel about Kid Lack.
Kid
That
Lad.
that's my nephew. That's my family.
Yeah, I get you. I feel the same way, but you know what? You got to give J.R. Lindsay
Nah,
respect. You don't got
nah,
it?
nah,
He's pretty good.
nah. You talk too much shit.
And what about the Bro Bros?
So
It's Silent Bob.
I don't like their new attitude because they've been hanging around Lindsay so long. So if you've ever noticed when they're not with Lindsay, they're cool. But as soon as they get around them, it's like he does something in their heads, so they become different people. But I still got love for the bros, but that J.R. Lindsay, somebody is gonna one day show him, your mouth is gonna overload your ass.
You might be right about that. And then finally, we've got a match that's being run back. Demon Baby and the Turtle one more time.
Turtle, don't eat Thursday. Don't. Because I don't know. So you were sitting out there with me.
Yeah, I thought it was a great match.
Boy, Turtle wasn't ready for all of that.
Well, maybe Turtle will be a little more ready for it this time.
Maybe he will be. Maybe he will be.
Demon Baby is the shit, man. He's good.
Hey, I wasn't prepared for it. And the guy impressed me. So we don't know if we've seen all his little tricks. So I just have to pray that Turtle push his way from the table on Thursday and does a whole lot of cardio on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And I hope he's ready. But this will be an entertaining match for sure.
And then, of course, the trios titles on the line. The trio amigos, me, Gustavo, and Muggsy James taking on the Workhorses. Again, I'm just happy to be there.
Well, put my money on the trio champions. I believe in you, Steve. If nobody else believes in you, I believe in you. I believe in
because you believe in me, Red, like R. Kelly, I believe I can fly.
That's all we need.
So it's going to be fun. Come on out, and after your Thanksgiving celebrations, you've done the shopping, you've done the recovery day on Saturday. Sunday, you're kind of winding things down because you got to go back to work for that final push to Christmas. Come hang out with us. A little holiday splendor, IPW style. Don't miss that show. We're going to wrap this package. I want to talk a little bit more before we go about the podcast war. The fourth Mother Box. Have you had a chance to listen to him at all?
Again, that first time I listened to a few minutes, that was it.
They called themselves the Feel Good Podcast. They are the emotional regulators. And that fits. It does fit. PX, why do you have such resentment against the fourth Mother Box? What about Tom and Kyle has got you upset?
I mean, again, I think it's just more a matter of I've been dragged into it because of something that was said on a separate podcast, which this all started, if I'm remembering Turtle talking about this last night, right? It started on a show called Jedi Talk that I believe Tom also does. And it has something to do with an argument about Frosties and Baconators with him.
Frosty
And then
Bacon.
this, I don't know. I'm trying to recall the full lore of it in my head.
Was the McRib involved at all?
The McRib was not involved, and it should.
Did you know it's McRib season?
And I just had one tonight. and it was delicious.
You know, it's the holidays when McRib comes home.
Hey, and they said it was done. They said it was over with. But
Nah.
damn it, it's back in.
Hey,
Y'all don't believe me? Y'all don't believe me?
I believe, don't go through your trash. There's the McRib. It's the box. That's that right there. The McRib box. That's the fifth mother box.
It was good.
Yeah, I tell you what, I can't. Here's my McRib thing for you. This means this is irregardless to anything else. The holiday tradition. I never get to be off the day after Thanksgiving. Black Friday is a big day in my business, so I'm always working. And while I'm working, my family is here at home, and they decorate the inside of the house. So when I come home, the house is very Christmassy, and it's the first Christmas. It's the first day of the Christmas push, and I always have that night the McRib, some fries, and a chocolate shake. That's how the Christmas season starts for me. So that's and again, it's something that happened in my childhood. The day after Thanksgiving, we'd go get the tree and we'd decorate the tree that night, and we'd have the McRib and the fries and the chocolate shake. That was a tradition my mom started many, many moons ago. So I still do it now. And it just always happens to be that this is McRib time. The week before Thanksgiving, it shows up, and then it sticks around through the end of the year. So they said last year we weren't going to get it, so it was a little sad. It's nice to know we get at least one more shot, one more bite at the apple. I know that's not Wendy's, but it's just a little holiday story I thought maybe you'd enjoy.
Hey, I love it.
Here's what I'm going to do. And I'm gonna make this information available for those to consume it. In 2024, if the Power Hour returns. Now, if Red walks away, the Power Hour goes away. I've said it. If Red's done, then so is the Power Hour. But if Red comes back to the Power Hour in 2024, one of the first shows we'll do after we do the DeAndre show, because I want to hear Red and DeAndre go at it. So after that first show, we are going to get the fourth mother box on this Zoom call, and we're going to get JFW, and we're going to have a meeting of the podcasts. We're going to clear the air, and we are going to move in to 2024 united as one. How do you feel about that, PX?
I am open to anything at this point to try to resolve our differences, but just know that this track, it is coming before the end of this year. Pretty much probably after I finish dealing with the idols with Grandpa Red on December 2nd.
Okay. Well, there you go. Next week on this show, we've got a very special guest, which I'm very excited.
I hope it's somebody we like, Steve, because for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, it's been a little rough. Well, the Workhorses were nice. They were fine this time. We were good with the Workhorses. I don't know how it's going to translate after Sunday, but next week on this show, very special guest from NWA, the Barker joins us. How about that?
I can't catch a break, huh?
Oh, come on. We love him. We love the Barker, aka Cody James.
I don't love the Barker. I hate the Barker.
Well, you're gonna make peace before the end of the year with the Barker.
No.
You will.
As long as he is against blunt force trauma, who I have stated publicly is my favorite tag team right now.
I prefer the final level.
I prefer
no talks against blunt force trauma, but final level is my anyway. It doesn't, it'll be good for you, Red. We're winding up the year. We only have a few shows left, culminating on December 19th with the Red Appreciation Show. So we've only got a few shows, man. We've got next week, got the 2nd. We got next week. Then we have the Tuesday after that, which I think is the 4th or 5th, and then the 11th. And then, so we're getting close. We're getting down to it. And our guests are getting interesting. After the Barker, You know, we're gonna take a magical trip to a different land, a different time, to a land called Crosternia on this show as we prepare for return of the super wrestlers with our special guest, Ryor. How about that?
Well, did you get an interpreter for
We are
that show?
going to Crosternia. We are going to find the queen. We are going to save the queen. We are going to avenge the king side by side with Ryor as we fight for the fate of Crosternia.
I didn't sign up for no fight.
The Power Hour turns Guardians of the Galaxy. We're going in.
Pax, you signed up for this shit? I didn't sign up.
I mean, I'll have a little experience under my belt by then.
Bush.
And then, Red, I saved one for you that I know you will just love. Let me get this up here. Yep. On the 12th, we get joined by your nephew.
Which one?
Paragon.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to love that one. Yeah, I'm going to love that one.
Paragon has taken Frontline Pro by storm. So we're going to have a little visit with Paragon. And then after Paragon, it's the 19th. It's the Red Appreciation Show at Richmond Park at the VFW Hall. And that's the final show of 2023, maybe the final show forever. We'll find out.
Well,
Guys.
I will tell you, I will have an announcement on the 19th.
All right.
As far as the fate of this podcast.
Okay. Well, hey, win, lose, or draw, we have had the best time doing this thing for the last several years, and I wouldn't change it. So that's it. Thanks to Rion Skills for being with us, and he had to step out. He's doing lots of things at Rion Skills. He's the whiz. Thanks to PX. Thanks to the Fourth Mother Box. Thanks to the Workhorses. Thanks to the Urban Sensation. Thanks to Cactus Rack. Thanks to you all. We will see you next week with the Barker, Cody James, right here. Same Power Hour time, same Power Hour channel. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Say happy
Later.
Thanksgiving, Red.
Happy Thanksgiving, Red.
Happy Thanksgiving, Rod.
And we're out.